Guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. Now the spread it's open to is actually last week's spread. I still need to put in my weekly stats, but this is everything I did after the pen, so it looks a little different. And I actually and I'll zoom in when I do the editing, but for my wellness planner I created my own challenge where every day I am going to do a lettering challenge, and I looked up the words and I created an Instagram post. I also have a corresponding blog. I'll link the blog post below if you're interested in it, because I never use the monthly overview, and I don't like looking at wasted space. I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. So in this one, I just wanted to work on words. And this month, the challenge is love is. And it doesn't have to be romantic love. It just love is. And then fill in the word accordingly. But for my big happy planner, which this is here, where I do all of my social media and my business tracking, I didn't have enough time to come up with a word list to put in the monthly overview. So what I did is I went on Pinterest, and Cindy from Llama Letters, I'll link both her YouTube channel because she's awesome, as well as I'll see if I can link the Instagram post, but this was her random doodles for June 2018, because she does random lettering and random doodling in her bullet journal on her channel, and she posts the lists up on her Pinterest board. And so I just wrote down all of the names here, and I didn't think initially that I would be doing doodling because I'm actually not very good at it. I thought, you know, why not? Let's try it. I mean, really, it's supposed to be fun. So I actually did Kermit the Frog, Fozzie the Bear, and Miss Piggy, and all I did was I go to Pinterest, I type in Kermit Doodle, and then I try to recreate that. And I'm doing pen only. I'm not doing any kind of mock-up or doing it in pencil first. So yeah, that's why they look the way they do. It'll be interesting because some of the names I think I know who it is, but until I get to that day, I may not know exactly who it is. But at the end of the month, I think it'll be interesting to look at this and see just a whole bunch of doodles, and then in my wellness planner to look at a whole bunch of just different lettering. I'm not really practicing lettering. I'm just trying to challenge myself to expand my repertoire. Now, it is Super Bowl Sunday, so if for any reason you just hear random yelling or fireworks, because I'm in Hawaii and that's a thing, just go ahead and disregard. We're going to just pretend like it didn't happen. So this was last week. We are going to be working on the 4th through the 10th of February. And I did want to show this before I get started. This is my vision, goal, and word board for the quarter, and I have a video about this and I will link it below. Now, as I wrapped up January, I realized that although this is helpful, it is still not focused enough, because if I want to hit these benchmarks by the end of March, I need even more focus and goals to do that. And I thought what I would be doing is every week, when I'm setting up my weekly spread, that I would write things to help me get to here. But what I think I'm going to be doing for February, and all of this is new, so the wellness journal is new, having a vision and a goal board is new, trying to track my finances is new. I mean, I'm just doing a whole bunch of new things for 2019. So every month it might be a little different just as I'm trying to figure things out. So I took this information, and for February, to try to help me get to these goals, I've broken it down even further to see, okay, so for YouTube, As of yesterday, I had 240 subscribers. Thank you so much. And by the end of the month, I'd like to get to 350. And that's really because my quarterly goal is 500. Now, I don't know if I'm going to reach that, but it gives me something to target for the end of the month so that as I go into March, I'll have some sort of idea of where I am. And to get to that target, this is what I'll be doing for February. Same for Instagram, same for Pinterest. And that's my social media goals, which is this chunk right here. And then for my Etsy, which I've just really not been focusing on at all, I wanted to get a total of 50 sales in my BUJO shop and 20 sales in my BUJO shop. So this is what I have, and this is what I'm looking at by the end of the month. Now I actually messed this up, so these are actually the focused goals for this, and this is the focused goals for that, but I didn't want to redo it because it's still pretty cute. So that's what I'm doing, and at the end of February, then I'll check in again to see what worked and what didn't. Oh, actually, I'll keep these out. And I will be doing, probably not this weekend, but next weekend when I start working on my budget, I will be doing a check-in of how I did on my goals for the first month of the first quarter. So, you know, you can look forward to that. Now, as you know, I turn my vertical, which generally looks like this, into this. And I do have a video on how I did that. I am inspired. The original information was inspired by Tarshel B, but I have completely made this into my own. And even though it is a little bit of work, I don't plan on changing this kind of layout, I guess through the end of the year, which this goes to. Also, for the month of February, as if all of that other stuff wasn't enough, I am challenging myself to do a pen-only spread. So there won't be any stickers, there won't be any washi, and the only thing I've actually done was use the Sakura Jelly Roll pen in the 8 in white to white out the lines, and then some Tombow at the top to white out the dates. Now, because February 5th is the Chinese New Year, I'm actually going to try to go for a Chinese New Year kind of theme by way of Chinese lanterns, because actually I'm thinking that's all that I can draw. And I saw that Amanda Rach Lee did that for her February spread, and I was really inspired by that. And again, I'm just going to be going off of some things I found off of Pinterest to make this just a little bit more decorative than, well, a little bit more Chinese themed decorative than this week right here. So we're going to see how it goes, and I should have sketched this out in pencil, but I didn't want to. So we're going to see what we get. Okay, so it wasn't until I got into Friday that I realized that I made a mistake, because I should have started here with Monday versus here, but that's okay. We're just going to roll with it. So in this box, which normally would be up here, I'm just gonna do a few more boxes, or a few more lanterns, I should say. Because this is where I'm going to put my weekly stats. And then it'll look deliberate-ish versus mistake land. Okay, so we will put some stat lines here. And I did find some black ink refill for my favorite pen of all time, the High-Tech C Coletto, but I just happened to grab this one first, which is also a High-Tech C. It's just, obviously it's just one ink versus the Coletto, which has 5 different inks in it. So this is weekly stats for February the 4th through February the 10th. Okay, so that's that page there. And I don't know that I'll actually be putting anything in right now, although I might, before I finish this up today, go in and do some highlighting. I'm like, what was I going to do? And yeah, so I might just add some touches of color, but I don't know that I'm going to write anything in right now. Because I was out sick for the previous week, I was actually on bed rest for a week. And when I say bed rest, I had to elevate my leg because I'm having some issues with it. So that's the only way I know how to do that. So I don't know if it's something else that I should have been calling it, but that's what I meant by that. So let me actually get in here, and I am super horrible at the talking and the doodling or the writing. I guess it's just hard for me to focus. But what I do is I turn this into the dashboard layout because I like seeing my entire week on one page, and then I like seeing my various social media and my business things on this page. It just helps me keep things organized. Now, I live in Hawaii, and I don't have access to any of the Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Tuesday Morning, dollar stores, AC Moore, I mean, you name it. We basically have Target and Walmart here. So, you know, I live in a tropical paradise, but not a crafting one, and that's okay. Some of you are going through a little bit of weather, and I'm freezing when it hits in the low 70s. So yeah, I'll just stay and deal with the craft situation as it comes up. So I create my own rather than purchasing the the dashboard layout. And if I'm reading the Facebook groups correctly, there is an extension pack of the dashboard layout that isn't necessarily mom related, which is cool. And I think they're going to be coming up with the dashboard layout in a mini size or in the big size, because this is a big happy planner. But again, even if I did see them here, if I pick them up, it would be more to give them away than to actually utilize them, because I really truly enjoy seeing my own work and creating my own spreads. I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm a bullet journaler when I'm really not. I mean, or I am, in just the very easy peasy way of doing it. So in here, I do Instagram and Facebook. And I'll link all of my social media down below. And I could pick up icon stickers, and I think I did order some icon stickers from Bella from the Modest Cat, because she does have an Etsy shop. I'm thinking I'm going to get the stickers tomorrow on the 4th, and if I do, then I will do a review of them, as well as I plan to put them in my mini, because the only pen only challenge I'm doing is in this one. I'm not crazy enough to say no stickers in all the planners I have, because I do have 4 different planners I get in every week. But for this big one, I did want to challenge myself with just the pen only. And again, if you saw last week's spread, it was definitely inspired by Bella from the Modest Cat, because about a year ago she did several weeks of just pen only challenges. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is Sunday. And if you were wondering, I did pick up this stencil pack from Amazon, as I do most of my things. It came in, I want to say like 25, and this is the one that I use most often, just because it has these little bullet things as well as the lines. And the reason I had them wasn't for my happy planner, but it was because I include a stencil when I make my traveler's notebooks. So I already had them on hand. And then here I put my blog. And I really want to do more with my blog. I run out of time. So I keep it here just, if not to keep myself accountable, at least to remind myself that I want to post at least an article or a story or a blog. I guess that's what it's called. Goodness, at least once a week, just because I just want to maintain consistency. I think I've gotten a pattern for my YouTube videos. I've definitely gotten a pattern for my Instagram. It's just for the blog itself, I've yet to come into a pattern for that. But again, it's one of those to-do list kind of things. Actually, before I write my doodles in, because you know I love the doodles, I'm going to do some lanterns on this side as well. Now we do actually have quite a large Chinese population in Hawaii. So it is actually this past weekend, so yesterday the 3rd and today the 4th in our Chinatown. I believe they had some celebrations going on. I believe they're also going to have some celebrations going on the actual 5th I want to say my campus will have a lion that comes by. And if you've never seen a Chinese lion dance, it's really an interesting thing to watch. And if you feed the lion with some money, you could actually, and people do, you just feed it into the lion's mouth, then what that signifies is you are giving the lion money, and then you are hopefully going to get that money back in prosperity and good wishes for the year. At least that's my understanding of it. So when the lion comes, or whenever I see a Chinese lion, because if there's a new shop opening and the shop owners are Chinese, they will have a lion come in because it is to bring in good luck and good spirits and prosperity and success. So whenever you see a Chinese lion dance, you really should feed it money. So you can see it in malls sometimes. You will definitely see it around Chinese New Year here in Hawaii, and I think it's just a fascinating custom. So let me get these. I'll probably put a little lantern here, and just, although I should put something up here, but we'll see. So the doodling in a happy planner is definitely inspired by Bella from the Modest Cat. I've mentioned that. These particular doodles were inspired by Pick Candle here on YouTube. And I'll link all of their channels below. When I'm doing editing on these videos, I actually have the happy notebook that I created, and I write notes so that I remember to link the different things that I say that I'm going to link in the description box below. I've also been trying to link cards, or put the cards up here somewhere, wherever that happens. But that is something I have to do in the YouTube software, and so I try to limit that to the end screen, which is easy to put in, and then if I can link it as the video goes along, because again, that does require double editing, and I actually still have a full-time job, so you know, I do need to be cognizant of my time. Well, he looks like he knows something. And let's have this one looking back. And I've mentioned this lots of times, and I will continue, because again, you might have been following me for some time, and you know this, but you might just have stumbled across my page. And you might think, well, so this is your social media and business planner. What does this have to do with social media and business? And I can tell you, nothing. It has absolutely nothing to do with social media or business, but it makes me happy, and that's why I do it. All right. Oh, that's not a good look. I'm sorry, dude. Let's just make him super happy anyway. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I deal with that sometimes, so it's okay. We're okay. So let me put a little lantern up here. And So this year, 2019, is the year of the pig. And I think I'll have a separate video on the different years because, like in Western astrology, there's the Leo, the Cancer, the Taurus, Pisces, and all that. And in Chinese astrology, there's actually different animals. So this year, starting the 5th, is the year of the pig. Now, in the Chinese culture, red is actually a good luck color. So I don't have a red mild liner, which is my favorite type of highlighter. So we're going to use this pink one, just to give the spread a little bit of color. Oh, the black and the white was really nice too. And my favorite of all the mild liner colors is actually the gray one. And I don't know if it's just because it is such an odd color for a highlighter, because up until the mild liners, I was used to highlighters that were fluorescent, and I like them. I use them at work all the time, but I don't know what it is about this green one that I just really, really enjoy, or this gray one, but I really do enjoy it. And I forgot, this is Pinterest. And this is my shops. And for my shops, I've been really neglecting them, and it's been a combination of a couple of things. I lost a little bit of motivation with them, and it's actually it's really just, it's not going the way I want to, and so I have them open. I haven't closed them, but they don't make me happy, and that's on me. It truly is, because I just need to buckle down and just work on them. I'm really enjoying the YouTube journey that I'm doing. I'm enjoying the planning community that I'm in. I think it's fun, so I tend to gravitate towards the fun things. And the shops, working on the shops, creating things for the shops is fun, but it's way more time consuming than something like this is. So if I can, do a few spreads on Sundays, do some pre-planning on Saturdays, actually take some just rest time on Saturdays, then that's what I've been doing. So I will have some new listings, definitely in my BUJO shop, which is my paper crafting shop, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. with my crochet shop. There won't be any new listings. The stuff you make for a crochet shop are very time consuming, and everything I list in those shops are ready to ship. So unless I have it already done, it's not going to go in there. Although with that said, I do have a bunch of things that actually have already completed, so maybe I will. Maybe next weekend I will use my Saturday and take pictures, which is the task that I absolutely hate about my shop. I don't mind doing the listings and all of that administrative stuff, but I really, truly, truly, truly hate taking the pictures because I'm not really good at it. But, you know, with that said, this is the spread for this week. Let me know what you think of it. It is, I think it's really colorful. It's tied into the Chinese New Year. I'm not even going to worry about the whiteout at the top. And yeah, it's still really decorative, even though there's no stickers. And I've got my Miss JoJo here, and she will be making an appearance every week. I will be doing prior to filming, just because I will actually sketch her out in pencil and then go over her. But everything else, I feel comfortable enough going over just doing freehand versus doing the pencil, because I actually hate doing all that erasing. But anyway, for this week, I'm wishing you and yours all the happiness and prosperity of the new year, and happy Chinese New Year. And as always, aloha.